lovelies, welcome to my channel, Sunrise to Sunset. My name is Lisa, I'm a Reiki Master and Intuitive Empath, and this is going to be a reading for my shiny, beautiful gemmy gems. Gemstar, this is going to be a reading about, well, like a reading, channeling. It's going to be messages from your grandmother. This lady is passed over. Oh, she's like, talk about me. Right, let me get through my spiel. Oh God, this lady is insistent. Before we get started, a great big thank you for all your likes, shares, subscriptions, donations, booking me for a personal reading and joining me on the one-to-one intuitive guidance courses. If you'd like to find out more about booking me for a personal, or you'd like to join me on the one-to-one intuitive guidance courses, please do feel free to check out my website, sunrisetosunset.co.uk, or have a little nosy in the description box below, my lovelies. Right. This lady, my goodness, I've never been ridden so hard to do a reading, and she's been literally channeling to me for the past 2 days at least, but yesterday was just like, wow. Okay, so I've had a few messages that she wants, or that she's been channeling to me. The first one, like repeatedly, turn up, turn out, turn up, turn out. Okay, so whether that means, you know, turn up as in present yourself well, dress properly, and then it's kind of like get on with it energy. So she's very, she's quite a sort of persistent, firm energy, my lovelies, whoever this beautiful grandma is. And as I was channeling that as well, so she keeps talking about the colour purple. Now, she's had me paint my nails purple, and as I was doing my intro, she pulled me over to, I've got this little amethyst circle here. So she's very drawn to the colour purple or lilac, but also with reference to the film, The Colour Purple. So whether that, you know, there's a lot of complex themes that run through that film, right? She may have been abused by a husband or a father figure or a male in her life, but also very drawn to the colour purple or lilac, but also to lavender, the smell of lavender. Like I literally wanted to put lavender oil on to do this reading, but I don't actually have any. So she's very drawn to lavender or purple flowers. Now when I paint my nails, I just slap on the nail varnish, and then over, you know, the next day, the little bits around the edge get worn away. She wasn't happy about that. She wasn't happy about that. They're still there, but she's not happy about that. So she might be sort of somewhat of a perfectionist, or when I wrote down perfectionist, she corrected me and said, no, I like things just so. Okay, what else? Okay, so I wasn't allowed to wear any other rings other than this, which is my nan's wedding ring. She did allow me to put a couple of bracelets on, so she may have not been very fancy in terms of wearing a lot of jewellery, or just honoured wearing just her wedding ring. Then I was beset with a load of little different errors just as I was trying to record. The camera kept falling over. Then I had an SD error, and when I put the SD card back in and checked how it shows you how much recording time you've got left, it was 1:33 and 13 seconds, and I've been getting 333 constantly. So you may be seeing 333 a lot at this time, my lovelies, and that is her saying hello. I'm here. Okay, so right, we've got those messages out the way. So what we're going to do first is have a little looky at her energy, and then we're going to see what messages she wants to bring forward. So we'll have a little look at her energy first. I have quite a good clue what her energy is like, my lovelies, because she's been with me for 2 days at least. Right. Archangel Metatron, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael and Archangel Sandalphon, please bring forward messages for Gemini's highest good only, please. Messages for Gemstars highest good only, please. And may all energy sent my way be returned to you tenfold, my lovelies. Okay. So, we've already got the thinking woman on the bottom of the deck. In green, so she's very heart-based, heart-led woman. This is somebody who is educated or has a thirst for learning as well, my lovelies, okay? Or likes to know about the world, she just said likes to know things about the world. Could have been interested in world affairs or just sort of local news or maybe even a bit of gossip. Okay, so please bring forward messages, not that I need to ask. From the grandmothers, please. Right, we've got a flipper already. Okay, we've got Journey. This is for my beautiful gem stars, please. What is the energy of this grandmother? Okay, strategy. Messages. Oh, they're flying out. So there's the heart-based energy. We've got the temple pathway, which is a 3, 3, 3, and then a 3. Look, 3. 3, 3, 3, 3, and I got 1.3313 as the time remaining. There's our freeze. And I'm surprised that's not a number 1. That would have blown my little brain. Okay, please tell me messages about this grandmother energy. Okay, we have anxiety. We had some flippers, or a flipper. The 5th chakra was not afraid to speak up. Surprise, surprise. Okay, we've got the energy of deceit underneath strategy there. Okay. Oh, look, we've got appreciation on the bottom of the deck. She's asking me to pull that. Okie dokie. Whoa. That one just, oh, look. Very heart-led. And purple. There's the lilac. She's got the purple. I literally saw this card in my mind when I was channeling the colour purple when she was telling me about this message, and there's that card. Okay. And the butterflies as well. Okay. And we've got broken heart there as well, underneath anxiety. Right, my lovelies. Okay. So, we kick off with Journey. Your grandmother may have had some kind of epic journeys in her lifetime, and as I was saying, that she's showing like forced to pack her back, like almost like an evacuation type of energy. So possibly to do with the war, or a situation where she had to pack her bags and go quite swiftly. Now, I don't normally get that energy with this card. That energy, the energy of this card is normally sort of, you know, being on a spiritual journey towards the light. And yes, that message does apply. But the first thing that she said is that, you know, this lady had to pack her bags and go somewhere, possibly to another country, possibly to another state or a town, to escape some kind of persecution. So quite a very specific energy coming through here. Okay, so like this, packing this bags in haste and not particularly wanting to go wherever she had to go, and it was in her younger years as well, is what I'm getting. Okay, so somebody who was forced to go on a journey that she did not necessarily want to undertake, but also very spirit-led lady, headed towards the light here. And with the signposts as well, she is giving me energy of, you know, I'm able to direct people, I am able to show people where to go. So in other words, she held a lot of wisdom where people would come to her for advice as to which step to take next on their own journeys in lifetimes, or in their lifetime. Okay, we've got the energy of strategy, and we had the first card. That lady had a book, didn't she? And she also had butterflies, right? So I'm getting very much interested in journaling. Like, she may have kept a diary or written about her life in some way, shape or form. It might have been, oh, she's showing me that she used to write down her emotions, her feelings. Okay, so she was somebody that people came to for advice but didn't necessarily seek advice from other people. She would like channel, write down her emotions or journal or diary, how she was feeling rather than burden other people. Okay, so again, I'm getting a different, the strategy can mean that she was somebody who was a planner or a strategist, but I'm more very much drawn to the quill here. Okay, so keeping things to herself, keeping her problems and worries to herself, not wanting to burden them. And she's showing me the suitcases, so keeping the suitcases of her own problems and issues very close to her chest, but at the same time being there for everybody else, but very much utilising, writing down how she felt, her emotions, in a book, sharing them with spirit possibly as well. Okay, we've got the door to romance here. So, we've got, where is she? The heart, woman holding the heart and a broken heart. Okay, so a very heart-based lady here. There's a soft feminine energy here, but she's very strong as well. Very strong, very persistent, insistent kind of lady. Knows what she wanted and kind of how to get it. She may have had quite a lot of suitors, and I don't mean like in a like loose way, shall we put it that, which is like, I'm not loose, but she may have had, many suitors try to chase her or try to get into her heart. She may have been quite guarded around the heart centre as well, because the heart is inside a cage, right? And then there's a door. So although many have tried, she's saying many have tried, but only a very few have succeeded to actually get into my heart. She may have only held heart space for maybe one or two masculines in her life. She has had her heart broken, and this heartbreak isn't necessarily to do with the romantic partnerships, but from carrying the burdens of other people and from very empathic soul. Okay, so she would feel and take on those burdens of other people and internalize them, and maybe not have any other skills to relieve herself from that other than prayer and writing her emotions down. So this was her way of being able to release those emotions, but she held a lot of anxiety, and there's anxiety there as well. She held a lot of anxiety of her own, but also other people. This lady was like the glue, shall we say, that kept everybody else together, like the backbone of the family. She had a lot of love in her heart for all the family members, and you'd never know that it was a burden. If you went to her with your problems, you would never know that by talking to her, by offloading your problems, that she would carry this anxiety internally, because she was very private about her emotions. She may have been a very, very loving soul, and you felt that love as well, my lovely gem stars. But when it came to her being able to offload, she carried a lot within her heart space, very empathic soul, but not necessarily having a lot of skill to transmute that energy. Okay, so carrying the burdens of other people in a very quiet, very dignified kind of way. But it did break her heart, because she was so loving, so open to help other people, and not necessarily open to receive that same help back. Okay, we've got the temple pathway. So again, very guided by the divine, a spiritual soul, a godly lady, she just said to me. Okay, so not spiritual as in the sense that we speak about spirit now. Okay, so not necessarily being open to all kinds of spirituality, a God-led, God-based, religious, shall we say, okay, lady. And that could be whether that was Catholic, whether that was Church of England, whatever her faith was, it was that one faith only, and very devoted. Although she may not have gone to church a lot or spoken about religion even necessarily a lot, it was very much, you know, it's her home, it's her temple belonged to God. Okay, so very, like I say, very God-based lady. Okay, and I think that she very much lived by the rules of religion, but not necessarily in your face about it. Okay, she's a very vocal lady. Very vocal lady. She had the gift of the gab, but she had a wicked sense of humour, is what she just told me. A wicked sense of humour, okay? And like I say, she was the one that you would go to talk to, but not necessarily, she would not necessarily speak about her problems, although she quite liked a good old gander, right? A good old natter, talking with, like I mentioned gossip before, so she might have quite liked, you know, getting the tea, my lovely gem stars, getting the tea. But for sort of fluid, you know, beautiful communication skills, my lovely gem stars, right? You know, where you get your DNA from with your communication skills, it's the grandma. So definitely gifted the gab, fluent in her words. We had the lady with the book, okay, so she may have enjoyed learning new words or extending her vocabulary, possibly another language, or she's bringing something up about accent. Like she might have had to change her vocabulary or change her accent, because it's coming underneath the journey as well. When she was moved to this possible other place, it could be a country, it could be a county, so there might have been like a change in twang, or a complete having to like literally learn a whole new language as well. Okay, but language skills, communication skills coming in very sharply here, very able to vocalize what she wanted as well. Blimey. She's been very specific in what she expected from me from this reading, and I've never had an energy like this, and I'm kind of hoping, with all due respect to this beautiful woman, that once I've done this reading, that, you know, I'm not going to get ridden, because she was quite formidable lady, right? Yeah, but very, you know, very, very good with her vocalization. Now we've got deceit card here, so, you know, we've got anxiety, the broken heart, and the deceit card are all red, and it is bringing me, you know, devil energy. She may have had to deal with other people's devil energy. There may have been some deceit around money here, because he's clutching the coins. This is somebody who is very shady behind the scenes. Okay, they're very materialistic. They hide behind, he's literally got curtain hair, right? They hide behind the curtains. So it's not like an overt energy. This is quite a covert energy, and she may have had to deal with somebody very deceitful, or that she just said within the family. Within the family. Now I want to say someone very close to her, but she's saying no, it's within the family. So there may have been like a deceit surrounding money, where she was potentially maybe like an inheritance, like a stolen inheritance, or like where her birthright was to be wealthy and it was robbed of her. And she's tying me back into this journey as well. Robbed of her birthright, robbed of her birth land, she's saying. Interesting. Okay, so she's had to deal with a lot of deceit, this lady, in her life, but I am getting, like I said, this sort of devil energy, where it's like a lot of tests throughout her life, that, you know, she is carrying bags here, and this baggage is the burden of things that weren't necessarily her own burdens to carry, but she was given these burdens, almost like a spiritual test of strength, to see how she would deal with these things, okay? To see whether she would be pulled into the temptation, the devil energy of becoming the energies that were bestowed upon her, is what she's just said, okay? And that kind of ties in with this one as well, because we've got appreciation. You know, she's surrounded by brambles, surrounded by thorns, and yet this lady stood tall. And again, she's in the green dress. I should have pulled that first card. Let's see if she's around. Just bear with me, Gemmy Gems. Okay, so in her green dress again, she may have had, like, see how beautifully turned up this lady is. She may have taken great pride in her appearance. She may not have had the clothes that she wanted to wear, or maybe this was something, or this style, or this era, because they're both different ladies, but of the same kind of style and era. Maybe she just really appreciated that era and thought they looked absolutely beautiful, or maybe she sort of, because it's a Sunday here when I'm recording this, okay? You'll probably get it tomorrow, but she wanted me to put my Sunday best on. And I'm like, we kind of don't have Sunday best anymore, right? So maybe, like, on a special day, like a Sunday, she would, you know, make a special effort. But what I'm getting is she didn't have, you know, the finances. She didn't have these riches. These are quite rich clothing. You know, that's her perception, is that these are quite rich clothing, but she would make the best of what she had, and turn up and turn out. Okay, so we'll pop that back down there. But somebody who was able to crawl her way through brambles, all these problems, you know, this devil energy that I spoke about, and still be the one holding the roses, which is about the heart chakra. So maintaining her heart chakra. Okay, and again, like this lady, in very period kind of costume. She's got the lilac hair. Okay, the colour that your grandma really liked, but she may have liked this beautiful green as well, and it's a specific green, isn't it? It's not like a bright green, it's not like a yellowy green, it's a very kind of muted, beautiful green colour. Okay, but this lady's in pink, you know, the heart chakra. She had a very beautiful heart, able to smell the roses. Smell the roses, my lovelies, okay? She had this beautiful butterfly. She may have really liked butterflies, because we've got the butterfly indicated here and the butterfly on the head. Now, normally in a reading that represents transformation, but in this reading, she's just saying that she loved butterflies as a creature. She may have been... like done her best with her garden, is what she's saying. She may not have had maybe a very grand looking garden, but she did her best with the garden as well. So, you know, connected to having a nice, you know, as best a garden, she's saying, as she could manage. Okay, so, and it feels like a very solo energy. I'm not necessarily getting a lot. We had that little message about partner and love, but I'm not necessarily getting that there's a masculine, a strong masculine presence in her life. So if she was married, she may have been, you know, the one who wore the trousers, let's say, because I'm not getting, a lot of, you know, I'm getting that she wanted me to wear the wedding ring, but you know, she's the one that wore the trousers. She was the backbone of the family. Okay, so let's get some more. Okay, tell me more about this grandmother, please. This grandmother energy for my beautiful gem stars. Okay, we've got the energy of trapped in fear, and that's landing on the journey card. Again, the wedding ring being highlighted here, my lovelies. She may have well have lost her husband earlier than anticipated, kind of thing. Okay, we've got sacrifice. Again, a number 3. Power. Yeah, she's a powerful lady, right? And this purple indicated again, and it's a number 8. So 2 8s down on the table here, and next to a 4 and a 4, which is an 8. So look up number 888, my lovelies. And you'll notice as I'm channeling, it's quite a you know, it's not like a hyped up energy. It's quite a turn up, turn out, like get it done kind of energy. Okay, and there's that strong solo woman. Messages for Gemstars, high is good only. Okay, what have we got on the floor? Yes, I've got shadow on the anxiety and the broken heart. So that is like, and fertility, very fertile lady, may have had a lot of children, or may have just, you know, she's holding the womb. Just, it's a very divine feminine. This is the Empress, I believe, in the regular tarot deck. Okay, so I've got trapped in fear, and it is on that journey, and look, it's almost like, it's almost like they're showing me the hold of a boat, or you know, trapped on this journey. This journey wasn't something that she wanted to do. It was a very, you know, evoked a lot of fear. We've got, again, she's clutching her head. So clutching her head may have been sort of her way of trying to steady her mind, steady her brain, and just bring a bit of self-calming to her, to the thoughts that were whizzing around her mind. And then, so I'm getting an image of, as she's clutching the head and then clutching the pen, clutching the head and clutching the pen, journaling, writing down her emotions, like I said, rather than vocalize them. But this is, you know, these prison bars are very significant. This was an enforced journey of some description, whether they're showing me either the hold of a boat or a train. Really interesting. It's quite a dark energy around this as well, my lovelies. Okay, so I don't know. It's like, I don't know whether your grandmother went through something quite significant at an early age. Okay, forced into doing this. There was no choice. There were no options. There was no other way. This was, and it feels like a government type or a system type enforcement. Okay, or a tyrannical type enforcement that she went through here. And it may have just, and this may have been like authoritative parents as well, but I'm getting more of an authority type of system, and it was forced upon her. Okay, but it caused a lot of fear in a very early stages, up to kind of like somewhere between, I would say, about sort of maybe not baby but toddler, up to about sort of very early 20s, like young lady kind of energy, like this kind of age maximum. Okay, you know, this was a sacrifice. There was a big sacrifice that she had to make, or had to make several sacrifices throughout her life, whether that was just this sacrifice of being this backbone type energy and not having anybody there to do the same for her. But she was somebody who would, you know, if she had a last bean in the cupboard, she would share that bean with you. Like I say, she's quite a serious energy. I do feel like she had a lot of sense of humour, but the energy that I'm channeling isn't, you know, that light and bubbly. She's had a good life story, okay, been through a lot in her life, and she really just wants to, it's almost like because she couldn't talk about it, maybe. It's like this is her way of now saying, this is what happened to me. Maybe this is going to explain something to you, my lovely gem star, that you couldn't quite grasp, or maybe she couldn't quite open up, although she was very, very loving. Maybe you felt there was always something being held back a little bit here. Okay, and this was, you know, she sacrificed a lot of her own, she didn't want to burden anybody else with what she is sacrificing. She didn't want you to feel that burden, or her family. Okay, so not necessarily just you, but her family surround. She didn't want anybody to know of what she's sacrificed, whether that was her peace of mind, whether that was having you know, a calm heart instead of one filled of anxiety. She kept those sacrifices to herself. Okay, and this was like almost like her superpower, you know, or to you this was her superpower. Okay, being that glue, being that backbone, being this strong, formidable lady that never really, you might not have seen her cry very often, or just exude, you know, like I'm saying, this is a very kind of steady, flat energy. So she may not have exuded a lot of ups and downs, highs and lows. She may have come across as very level, but underneath, she's showing me a swan gliding along the surface, but underneath the feet are pedaling furiously, you know, to catch up, to keep that head above water. Okay, but she was a very powerful lady, could possibly have been a Leo. We do have the 8-8 portal coming up, and that is coming up as very, very significant. So you may be, you know, we had 8-8-8 come out. You might be seeing a lot of signs from this lady around the 8-8 portal time, okay? But her energy is very, very prevalent at the minute. This divine feminine energy coming through strongly. And we've got the new beginning here, tying in with that journey. It's like 0. She was forced to reset, and maybe more than one time in her life as well, like everything taken away and going back to 0. And it's almost like these doors are very, very, it's a rigid, solid door, almost bringing me back to this prison-esque type energy, okay? And then she's walking out the other side and having to start a new beginning again, okay? So whether that was this, what we spoke about, this journey, this fresh start in a new country or new state. But it is interesting that this lady is older, so there may have been, you know, in her 40s or 50s, another, like a big tower moment at that point where she was forced to, she's solo as well, so maybe forced to be alone, or forced to really step up and really be this solo backbone type of energy, okay? And we've got it, it's coming in under the temple path. So again, this journey or this movement indicated. Let me just take a sip of water. Okay, so we've got the shadow coming in on the broken heart and anxiety, and this was your grandma, your grandmother, your nan. This was her shadow aspect, was what we were speaking about earlier, is that, you know, carrying these anxieties, it burdened her. So like nowadays, you know, we're very well versed in shadow work, okay, or how to transmute darker energies or other people's energies via boundaries and all these other methods that we can work on nowadays, okay, that we have access to. But back in her day, there was none of that, okay? It's almost like this old school energy of, well, what did she just say? She just said something then. Shut up and, I distracted myself because I looked over and saw turn up, turn out. She said shut up and something that rhymed with like turn up, turn out. Shut up, shut down, shut up, shut down. Don't know, it's almost like shut up. Maybe maybe as a child she was literally, what's that expression that they say, you know, like to children, or back in the day where it was just like, you know your place, shut up and be quiet or be still or something like that. Let me know in the comments if you know that expression, that, because she told me and then it just slid off as soon as it slid in, because she's quite, the messages are coming in thick and fast, okay? But shut up, sit down, shut up, sit down, okay? So that was ingrained in her, that you like be seen and not heard. That's the expression as well, okay? That's how I would put it. But she's getting told shut up and sit down. Okay, so she may have had very strict, authoritative parents, or ones that weren't in touch with their heart chakra. Maybe she was not shown a lot of emotion, a lot of love. Okay, so, and this is the shadow, and this is, she's saying that this is a shadow that is in our lineage. Okay, so something that you may have been told, my lovely gem star, whoever's listening to this message, whoever this message is for, you may have had a lot of that in your own childhood as well. be seen and not heard. So there's a lot of these old school where the child was like, you know, you don't speak and you don't emote your emotions, okay, you keep them to yourself. So this was a part of the shadow work, or the shadow that was held, you know, within the family lineage, okay. Okay, so we've got a very good solid baseline on the grandmother's energy. Let's see what messages she wants to say to you, my lovelies. Okay. What do you want to say to your beautiful family? Right, okay, so we've got 2 on the floor. Messages from the grandmother, please. Right, let's have a look. Okay, we have got embrace the energy of peace. We've got transform and unveil your gifts. Trust and thrive. Set your sights higher. Messages from the grandmother, please. What do you wish to tell my beautiful gem stars? Ooh. Okay, we've got see things from the higher perspective. We've got the magic guardian. She's saying, pull this, stand your ground. Okay. What do you wish to tell your beautiful gemstar family, please? Ooh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so we just had 4 fall out on the floor there, and I just went, oh wow, because blimey, I can't believe that this has come through in this reading too. Your star ancestors, follow the voice of your soul. I can't believe. What's that, 4 or 5 readings now, my lovely gemmies? 4 or 5 readings. Very interesting. So we've got the warrior. Yeah, fierce warrior spirit. Oh look, we've got, I didn't even see Jesus. We've got the heart guardian, landing on the broken heart and anxiety, and we've got the Lord. Okay, I said to you, very God, she just said God-fearing, a God-fearing lady as well. Okay, you know, God, Jesus, Mother Mary, very important to this lady, but may not have been very overt about it. I mean, maybe this energy is like almost like she may have had to suppress her religion at some point as well, because there's this sort of hush. It's like hush, you know. I'm a very God-fearing, God-based woman, but maybe I don't dare speak about that. Maybe that, you know, we've got this beautiful communication, but this topic is like shh, kind of keep it on the down low. Okay, so messages from your grandmother, my lovelies. We've got embrace the energy of peace. Okay, so, you know, just like grandma, she's wanting to be called grandma as well. Grandma did. These are the arrows that were shot at her. Okay, this devil energy, this deceitful energy that kind of plagued her, tested her, is what she just said. As I said, plagued. It was like, no, tested her. Throughout her lifetime, okay, and she managed to stay in this beautiful heart-led energy, this energy of peace. And when I say peace, it's like internally she was like shredded, but externally, like again, like the swan. She's showing me the swan. Okay, peaceful, graceful lady on the outside, but internally things were turning frantically. Okay, but she managed to never let on, you know, if that anybody had got under her skin, that anybody, she would never retaliate, never let on. She would hold herself in a very respectable way and never retaliate. Okay, so she's asking you, my lovely gem stars, to embrace the energy of peace, to be like that beautiful, she's saying upstanding. I think she's Now she's not shy, like now she's on the other side, she's not shy to be proud of these traits, but before she would have never called herself, you know, upstanding or any of these words. She's a very humble lady, but now she's passed over. It's like there's this great appreciation for her journey from herself, recognizing her self-worth and humbleness and dignity. Dignity is the word. Okay, kept her dignity throughout, maintained this strong sense of dignity, this upstanding, you know, like this energy, you know, this type of upstanding type of a woman of the world, women of the world, she just said. Okay, so she's asking you to stay in that beautiful centered, balanced, peaceful energy. Okay, we've got transform and unveil your gifts, and it's like your grandma was a very empathic lady, but unable to share any sort of psychic gifts that she may have had. Not just psychic gifts, but also other gifts. She held many gifts, many talents, but there's this suppressed type of energy again coming through, almost like shh, almost like with the religion thing. It's like shh, and it may be tied into that childhood of just shut up and sit down, of not being valued as much as she could have. And she's saying, I didn't have a bad childhood, but they may not have been emotionally you know, advanced, shall we say, okay, or not what she quite needed. But we've got transform and unveil your gifts, my lovelies. So your beautiful grandmother is saying, you know, do not be afraid. She's saying, do not be afraid to go down these routes of following your dreams, following your gifts, tapping into your skills, okay, transforming yourself. We had the butterfly twice, so although your grandmother appreciated the butterfly, she didn't see it as a transformation energy like we do now, but she is asking you to see the butterfly as a transformative energy, and she may very well be sending you signs as well, like little butterflies or purple flowers. You might smell lavender. She's very connected to this purple, light purple, you know, like this sort of purple rather than a dark kind of purple. We've got the bird on the head, Gemmies. Gemstar special, right? The bird on the head, wisdom. Okay, she's a wise old bird. She's telling me I was a wise old bird. I soaked in all the wisdom that I could, so that I could share it with those that I loved. And I'm being very much drawn to the eyes, two different coloured eyes. She may have had two different coloured eyes. Really drawn to it. Like one is like a dog, or you know, it's obviously representing the wolf. She may have had a very special connection to wolf energy, or been a huge lover of dogs as well, because we've almost got like she's almost showing me like half dog, half woman, or okay, and I know this is a man here, but the energy of. And we've got the snake wrapped around them. We had the number 8s as well, and this cycle of this new beginnings. She's had to start again a couple of times in her lifetime. Okay, we've got trust and thrive. So she had a very, and it's, you know, Jesus has landed on. So she had a very strong faith, like trusting that everything would be okay, trusting that she would be able to thrive in hard times. Okay. And that is underneath here as well, is the appreciation card. The lady coming through the brambles and still smelling the roses. She had this very positive sort of ongoing energy, being able to like turn up, turn out. You put one foot in front of the other. You get up, you do what you've got to do for the day. And that's the energy that's been riding me. Okay, so that was a super important energy that your grandma held. Okay, a lot of trust in her faith, in her ability to thrive in difficult times as well. It's a very strong lady. We've also got the gem star antennae. Okay, so it's very tapped in to the higher realms. It's really interesting because, again, it's like, shh, don't say. Okay, so this very hidden gift, this very hidden, you know, it's like hide. She had this great big antenna. It's hard to hide, right? When you've got these stuck on top of your head. Which is very much, she's very tuned in, but she probably kept a lot of information that she was receiving to herself, just like she did with the people around her. Okay, she did this as well with all the spiritual information and downloads that she kept, That's interesting. I was going to say, you know, gift that she was gifted with, but she said she kept. You may have, like, she may have kept, you know, a very precious journal or diary that I'm getting here, or this information was channeled into these pieces of paper. She may have even burned or ripped up these pieces of paper after writing down her emotions as well, so that they were kept, or that it's a secret diary or a secret journal that is very much kept to herself. Okay, it's very much shh. Okay, so set your sights higher. So again, like these ladies in these beautiful attire, it's like she wanted to be of that privilege, shall we say, possibly that stolen wealth that came out earlier. Okay, not in a kind of snobby way, but she wanted to be able to, she's saying, turn up and turn out again. Okay, so taking great pride in her appearance, although she didn't have a lot, and she would have possibly looked at, you know, like other ladies who were, she said, impeccably dressed, and that was something that she set her sights on. She wanted to do better in life. She wanted to further herself, and not just for herself, but for her ancestral line as well. Okay, so she's asking you, gem stars, to be able to do the same, to set your sights higher. Okay, to have that high bar, to have that strive inside of you, that I am going to be, you know, here or here or here, whatever that bar represents to you, my lovely gem star. She wants you to have that drive inside of you, and the knowledge, the knowing that you can do it as well. She wants you to strive hard for this. Okay, we've got to see things from a higher perspective. Okay, so, and it's landing on, you know, this anxiety, the shadow, and what is it, the broken heart underneath there. We also have underneath, let yourself be loved, love and let yourself be loved. Okay, so these all tie in, these 5 cards all tie in together. It's part of the shadow aspect is that there wasn't an equal give or take. Okay, there wasn't, she saw things from this higher perspective, okay, but she didn't seek that which she gave to others, and that was the imbalance that kind of kept her in that broken heart energy, or in that anxiety energy. Okay, this beautiful open heart wasn't able to actually receive the love that she gave out to other people, but it's because she had this kind of ability to see everything from a higher perspective. The bird on the head, the wise old bird, right? Wise old bird, very in tune third eye, open third eye energy, with the lapis lazuli here as well. Okay, so she would know what to say to other people, but not necessarily be able to take it if somebody showed her the love. And that may have gone back to childhood, where she didn't have that love, or wasn't encouraged to speak up or to share her own emotions as well. Okay, but she's a wise old bird, and that means she was an old soul as well, because this is from childhood, right? You don't, this wise old bird energy she was born with is what she's telling me. Okay, and she's got the golden wings here, my lovelies, born with these golden wings. Unlock the magic within. Okay, and this is what she had to keep to herself, and this is what she is asking you to do, to open it up, to unlock, to not have this energy of having to hide it, of having a fear of like persecution. Yeah, interesting. There's a very quiet, like, shh energy. Whatever the faith, whatever the religion is, whatever the spiritual aspects that were within her had to be held close to her heart, like everything else in her life. Okay, but she's encouraging you, my lovely gem stars, to open up this energy, okay, to stand strong like this mountain. Okay, she's saying be unapologetic for who you are. Okay, be unapologetic, and it is coming underneath transform and unveil your gifts. So she wants you to do this, to be able to be open, because she wasn't. It's very it's a weird energy that's coming through. It's very like muted, stunted, like she couldn't. She stood her ground. Don't get me wrong. She's a very insistent lady, but she wants you to up this game. And we've got this. She's drawing me to the 3 stars, gem stars, the Holy Trinity. She's saying the Holy Trinity. Okay, stand strong. We've got the warrior. We've got be fearless and stand strong here. Okay, so tying in, you know, she embodied this beautiful, fearless, strong energy, but inside everything was, you know, turmoil. But this is what you saw on the outside. This is that stern, do not F with me energy that has been coming through for the last 2 days. Okay, turn up and turn out. You get done what you need to get done for the day. You do not complain. And then you go to bed and you wake up and you do it all again without complaining. Okay. She wants you to follow the voice of your soul, the star ancestor card that keeps coming out and keeps coming out. Now, the lady that I'm channeling now, she doesn't go back to the era that this card comes from. All the golden energy that we've been tapping in, although that is within her lineage and within your lineage, my lovely gem stars, she is asking you to follow the voice of your soul, to tap into that energy that is coming through super strong at this time. Like I say, 4 or 5 readings, it doesn't matter what topic we cover, this star ancestor keeps coming out, and she's telling me, I was a star, and oh, I'm getting the chills now. I was a star ancestor, but I wasn't able to vocalize it. And maybe that's why you guys have been born under the sign of Gemini. I don't know what star sign your grandma was, but you've come through to be her voice. And I'm really getting the chills now. Wow. Okay. You know, maybe we're really getting to the bottom of why all this speaking up energy keeps coming out for you. Okay, you need to be the voice, not just the voice, but it's to do with your gifts and your talents, okay, your psychic skills that were repressed in your grandmother's lifetime. She wants to see that come through, and she wants you to tap into this beautiful star ancestor energy, because it's like she daren't talk about, she may have been very aware of this energy, but she daren't speak about it because she was a woman of God, and these 2 things did not amalgamate back in her day. And look, you know, he's carrying the golden energy. He has the antlers on top of his head, right? Just like he's landed on the stag, okay? The antennae were there. And he's holding the Ankh, which is the very first symbol of the cross. And she's saying, in my time, we wouldn't have been able to tap into this energy or even show this energy. It had to be, you know, the cross of God, the cross of Jesus. But take charge with authority, and she was an authoritative lady. But it's interesting that she had to keep a lot of sides of herself hidden. But what you saw was, like I say, the glue, the backbone, authoritative energy, but very much tapped into the beautiful energy of Jesus, okay, of the Lord. Very much tapped in. She said, I had great respect. I had great respect for Jesus. I had great respect for God. Like I said, very God-fearing, okay, as well. And I brought up devil energy, so this notion of, you know, the devil versus God would have been very ingrained into her. Okay. Very serious, just a very serious energy. It's like, this is my time to talk, and I'm going to talk. and she's very proud of herself, but she's not in a very, it's not like a light-hearted, fluffy reading. It's like, she may not have been a very light-hearted, fluffy lady, just very kind of no nonsense, but a very beautiful heart-based lady, but just not, like I say, I wasn't allowed to wear other rings or anything, not necessarily into, I don't know, like fluff, she's saying. Maybe very tidy as well, right, my lovely gem stars. Okay, what I'm going to do, because this is, I've still got so much more to say, and blimey, it is, like, this was going to be like, not this long, and I've got, there's a lot more, there's a lot more that she wants to say, and I don't want to do a half message, because I have a feeling she's going to, if I don't do it right, but don't turn up and turn out, I'm going to get this grandmother energy still very insistent in my energy. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an extended reading, my lovelies, okay? So I'm going to leave this reading here. I'm going to go straight into, I will stop the camera and go straight, she's like, no breaks, you don't take a break. She's very not work shy, very like, you get on with it, okay? For whoever has listened to this message, I'm super grateful for your time. Thank you so much for being here. I hope this has been, it's been intriguing to me, but there's still more to get out, so I don't, it's like it's weird. It's like I don't want to say goodbye to you. But for whoever is going to leave it here, then thank you so much for your time. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. Okay, have a beautiful, blessed rest of your day. Stay blessed. And for whoever else wants to hear the rest of this message, I'm going to pop down below in the pinned comments. Sorry, I'm a bit stuttery because I've never been told to not end a reading before, but to carry on. There's more to say, so it's not quite my usual fluid goodbye. But for whoever does want the extended reading, I'll do a downloadable reading. Okay, you can contact me by email, and it will be, the links will be below. Okay, so I will see you over in the extended reading. If not, have a beautiful, blessed rest of your day. Put your Sunday best on, even if it's not a Sunday. But and wow, my grandmother's got a lot to say. Okay, my lovelies, have a beautiful, blessed day. Till next time, or until the extended reading. Namaste.